Hola, Puerto Rico. My name is Alessandro Calbucci. I was born in Ravenna, where Bistenis was born, and now I live currently in Rio de Janeiro, where Bistenis is growing.
Uh, you've been in Puerto Rico before, no?
No, I've never been so far. Honestly, I've heard many legends about Puerto Rico. I was about going there, and it was exactly when Cape broke my teeth, because at that time we were supposed to play like a trio of events. It was, if I remember correctly, New York, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. But that's Cape destroyed my teeth. I had to change my plans, and so finally I couldn't go there. So never been there, and I'm so happy that I'm going out right now. That maybe you are mature to receive one of the biggest events in the world. So
No,
happy, so happy.
Alessandro, you cannot imagine what's happening in Puerto Rico. It's the fastest growing sport. It's just like everybody is playing, like from the guys in the hoods to the people in the mansions. It really doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Protestant, or you don't believe in anything. Everybody's playing beach tennis.
It's
It's
to Brazil. Brazil, it's happening. It has been happening the same things. It's a totally democratic sport, a universal, global sport. So the point is just to make this sport a little bit more popular in order to people know it. But once you discover, it becomes vicious. So I'm very happy that it's happening in Puerto Rico as well, and I heard many people involved in business over there so happy and satisfied at the end. So good job, congrats, God.
definitely. And Alessandro, you've been 4 years now in Brazil, so you were there when the COVID wave hit. And we know that Brazil has been one of the countries either currently suffering or recently suffered kind of like a spike. How did it affected the way that you approach the sport?
Listen, from one point of view, it was like a miracle for us, for the beach tennis, because beach tennis exploded, definitely, because people needed to do something. And of course, they needed like an outdoor sport, and the growth the sport in these last 15, 16 months was unbelievable. And everybody said that the big responsible was the pandemic. But of course, from the other point of view, as more as professional athlete, it was a problem, because of course I lost a little bit my routine, and it was a little bit more complicated, especially at my age. I needed to keep training instead of these compulsory breaks just broke my routine. But I always say that beach tennis share with tennis just the word, because we are completely different mood, a different system, different kind of tribe. And I'm so proud that sometimes people they are complaining because we don't have a chair and pair and so on. I said that is exactly the opposite. I'm proud that we don't have it. We don't need it. So we have to try to conserve this, to keep this pure business mood and spirit. Of course, we have to become more professional from some point of view, but at the same time, we don't have to lose our identity. That is very important, and especially that we want music on the court. And I don't like that nowadays in some tournaments we start to play, and some players or some people say, no, can you put the music down? Say, come on, put the music louder, like in Aruba. We love this tennis because our Aruba style. Here in Brazil, we try to reproduce, to improve this kind of system. And honestly, I expect that over there at the Extravaganza, slam, we're gonna have a lot of noise. I need noise.
Well,
Bisteni started like that. Everybody was in love because of this spirit. Party and Bisteni. So of course, in these last years, is was becoming a little bit more professional in a tennis way, and that is a side I don't like. I still prefer the old the golden age of this tennis, when the real challenge was exactly this one: partying in the night and playing professionally in the day. Now instead, people, they are taking too seriously themselves and the sport as such. But
if you could pick one specific moment in your beach tennis life that it's the most memorable moment, what would that moment be?
Oh, this is very, very difficult. Honestly, some years ago, for sure, I would have answered about some loss that they really hit me. But now I'm a little bit more mature, and I want to focus on more on the good things. And I will pick for sure uh, probably the first Follow the Beach Copacabana Open we did it we organized here in Rio, because it was a turning point for the sport in Brazil. It was a mix of my career as an athlete and as an organizer, and it was perfect, except the result of the final. That the score was, imagine, we were leading Cup and Ice. We won the first set 6-0 against Garavini and Cramarossa, and I was living like, oh, guy, I'm living a dream, because look at what tournament we created with my girl and so on, and I'm winning 6-0 the final against this place, and after, of course, the dream finished, and when we lost 6-4 in the third set. It was an amazing final, probably one of the highest moment in my life, because at least in beach tennis, I always try to keep my personal interest, but together with a collective interest. And then that event maybe was the summary, the synthesis of all of this. Me as a player, but me as an ambassador of the sport, and I hope I helped the change of beach tennis destiny in Brazil and in the world. And that event was really a turning point in the world of beach tennis.
But that is such an amazing story. One that I would like to have with a medalla ultralight. By the way, you'll try that beer in the tournament. You're gonna love it. Let me ask you a question. Who will be your partner in the Extravaganza?
I'm gonna play with Theo Irigaray. That's probably is one of the best French players. He's let's say a new gen, although he's already 27, 28. But he's a very explosive player. He's a very good guy, and jumps like a rabbit. You will see, jumps all the time.
And to have you and the rest of the international players who are going to be here, it's going to be spectacular. And we are truly, truly grateful that you are making the trip, making the endeavor.
E viva Puerto Rico! See you at Extravaganza, huge, biggest event of the year.
Quiero más, exprimo más.